Good evening, guys. Welcome back. So today is our day 2 in our Java real-time project development training. So as discussed yesterday, the prerequisites to attend this course, you should be strong in core Java, advanced Java, database, and basics of web development. And you should be strong in Boot and microservices. If you don't know Boot and microservices, then parallelly you can learn the Spring Boot and microservices. In earlier days, full stack developer means we should know only front end, back end database. Then companies use it to hire. But now companies are expecting full stack developers to have the good knowledge in cloud and DevOps also, along with front end, back end and database. So by keeping this in mind, we have designed our Java real-time project development course. So this course I have divided into multiple modules, guys. So the first module, that is software industry details, like how many types of companies available, what is the interview process in those companies, what is the software project, how many types of projects available in the market, which teams will be participating in the project development process. Okay, what are the roles and responsibilities of each team that we discussed. Then next one, we are going to discuss about Linux operating system. That is very important for every software engineer. So in the real time, all the project operations will happen by using Linux machines only. In the real time, all the project operations will happen by using Linux machines only. So that's why you should be having strong knowledge on Linux operating system. Then next one, we should have the knowledge on cloud computing. So all the project infrastructure will be managed by using cloud computing only. So what is cloud? How to work with the cloud? You should know the cloud services. So we are going to learn AWS Cloud Services here. Okay. Then DevOps tools. So for every project, tools are very important to perform operations on the project. Okay. So in order to build the project, in order to perform unit testing, logging, log monitoring, code integration, code review, performance testing, API documentation, okay, to automate the project build and deployment. So several tools we are going to use in the real time. So as part of this course, we are going to learn 20 plus real time tools. Those are very important for every developer. Okay. So the tools we are going to cover: Maven and Gradle, JUnit and Mockito, Jacoco, Log4j and SLF4j, ELK, GitHub and Bitbucket, SonarQube, JMeter, Postman, Swagger, Kafka, Redis, Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins, Jira. So these are the tools that we are going to learn as part of our training. Next one, mini projects. So two mini projects we are going to develop. So one is based on Timeleaf, another one is pure REST API. Then we will develop one major project with this technology stack. Java, Spring Boot, microservices we will use for the backend development. React.js we will use for the front-end development. MySQL database and operations we will perform on the AWS Cloud with the DevOps tools. So you are going to learn the React.js also in order to develop the front end of the application. Parallelly, React.js classes will happen for you. And we will be providing interview guidance also, preparing the resume, how to cover your gap, okay, how to attend the interviews, what kind of questions they will ask, all those tips and tricks we are going to discuss here. Coming to the course details, I told you, this course code is 34 JRTP. The timings of the course 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. IST. So weekly 5 days classes will happen Monday to Friday. So the duration of the course is going to be 3 months of time. The course is started yesterday. Today is our day 2. Okay. So the course fee structure 9,000 live classes plus soft copy materials, 12,000 live classes plus soft copy materials plus backup videos with 1 year validity. Now, who can attend this course? Freshers, they will get the full stack project based learning. Then experienced people, you will get good knowledge on the operations part like cloud and DevOps tools you are going to learn. If anybody having the career gap, this is golden opportunity for them. Whatever the career gap they are having, that career gap they can show as a experience. Whatever the career gap they are having, that career gap they can show as a experience by using this course. Okay, guys. Good. Any more questions for anybody? And I have given WhatsApp channel link in the chat box. So if you follow that channel, then you can access the previous backup videos also. So I have given yesterday video session in the Zoom chat. You can click on this link and you can follow so that you can get the updates regarding this course. All right. Next one. Sir, in this course, we are covering several modules, right? In this course, we are covering several modules. So I'm okay with the Java, Spring Boot, microservices, but why should we learn Linux operating system? Okay. So as a Java developer, as a Java full stack developer, why should I learn this Linux? Why should I learn this AWS Cloud? So why to learn the Linux commands as a Java developer? Can anyone answer my question? Why to learn the Linux commands as a Java developer, guys? Do you know the answer for that? Why we are learning Linux in this course? Any reason?
For deploying servers.
Yeah, hello, sir.
Yeah, hi. Go ahead.
So the real-time projects in the software are deployed in the Linux operating system only.
In the real time, the softwares will be deployed in the Linux operating system only. So now, when you join in the company, they will give you one laptop with the Windows operating system that is used for our project development. Okay. So if you want to develop a project, then you will be using Windows machines. But if you want to set up the database server, then we will use Linux machine. We want to deploy the application, then we will use Linux machine. We want to monitor the logs of the application, we will use Linux machine. Okay. We want to install the DevOps tools, then we will use Linux machines. So only the coding will happen on the Windows machine. The remaining all operations will happen on the Linux machines only. Project development will happen on the Windows machine. The database server will be deployed on the Linux machine. Your application deployment will happen on the Linux machine. Your application log files will be stored on the Linux machine. The project related DevOps tools will be installed on the Linux machine only. So for every software developer, it is mandatory to learn the Linux OS. Every software developer should have knowledge on the Linux operating system. Every software developer should have the knowledge on the Linux operating system. So in this course, what we are going to learn? So in this course, we are going to learn what is Linux and why Linux, guys. So in this course, we are going to learn what is Linux and why Linux. Then next one, we are going to understand Linux VM setup in AWS Cloud. So what is Linux operating system and why should we use the Linux and how it is different from the Windows? Then we will discuss how to set up this Linux machine in the AWS Cloud. Then we are going to understand how to work with Linux machine by using Linux commands. Okay, so how to work with the files and directories, how to work with the files and directories in the Linux, how to work with the text filters in the Linux, and how to work with the text editors in the Linux. Then we are going to discuss about user management in the Linux. Okay, and we are going to discuss about file permissions in the Linux, and we will talk about package managers in the Linux. And we will understand how to deploy our applications also. Application deployment we are going to learn by using Linux machines. So in the real time, all the project related operations, project deployments will happen in the Linux machine. Only for the project development purpose, we are going to use Windows machine, DB server, our deployment, our log files, our DevOps tools, everything will be done using Linux OS machines in the real time. So that's why every software developer should have knowledge on Linux OS. So as part of this, we are going to understand what is Linux, why Linux, how to set up Linux machine in the AWS cloud, and how to work with Linux commands, and how to deal with the user management, how to deal with the file permissions, how to deal with the package managers, and how to deal with the application deployments. So all these things we are going to learn as part of this course. Okay, then next one. Sir, being a developer, why should we learn cloud computing? Anybody having answer for this? Why should we learn cloud computing as a developer? Why should we learn cloud computing as a developer? Come on, guys.
Because nowadays industry are moving from on-prem system to cloud.
So in the industry, companies are moving from on-prem infrastructure to cloud computing. So let's understand this. Why companies are moving from on-prem infrastructure to cloud computing? So for the real-time project development, okay. So if you want to develop the project and if you want to execute the project in the real time, then we need lot of IT infrastructure. Okay. So for the real-time project development, for real-time project execution, we need lot of IT infrastructure. So what kind of infrastructure is required for the project development in the real time? We need machines. We need database servers. We need machines. We need database servers. We need file storage. Okay. We need power. Okay. We need network. Okay, we need security. Okay, we need backup. We need monitoring. Okay, so when you want to work in the real time, we need lot of infrastructure. For the real time project development, we need a lot of infrastructure. So what infrastructure is required for us? We need several machines. Okay, we need database servers, we need file storage, we need power, we need network, we need security, we need backup, and we need monitoring. Okay, like this we need several resources. We need several resources in order to develop our application, in order to run our application. Okay, so we need several resources in order to develop our application, in order to run our application, guys. So this is called IT infrastructure. So this IT infrastructure we can set up in two ways, guys. We can set up the IT infrastructure in two ways. What are the two ways to do that setup, guys? One is called as on-prem infrastructure, and the second one is called as cloud infrastructure. So one is called as on-prem infrastructure. The second one is called as cloud infrastructure. So what is the meaning of this on-prem infrastructure? So you purchase everything, you manage everything, you monitor everything on your own. That is called on-prem infrastructure. So what is the meaning of on-prem infrastructure? On-prem infrastructure means we need to purchase, we need to set up, we need to manage, we need to monitor everything on our own. Okay, so if you want to purchase, you need to spend a lot of money. You need to hire the people to set up this infrastructure. You need to manage everything on your own. You need to monitor everything on your own. So on-prem infrastructure means we need to purchase, we need to set up, we need to manage, we need to monitor everything on our own. So we have below challenges with the on-prem infrastructure. We have below challenges with the on-prem infrastructure. So that is lot of money investment is required. Lot of money investment is required. You need to purchase everything. You need to set up an office, you need to purchase computers, you need to set up network, you need to set up a power, you need the people to manage everything. Okay, so a lot of money investment you need to do. Along with the money investment, we need to keep our time also. We need to spend our time, and we need to hire the people to manage the things. Manpower. So many people are required. Okay, so and we need to deal with the security issues and power issues, network issues. Power issues will be there, network issues will be there. Okay, so scalability issues will be available. That means whenever I want, I should be able to increase the resources. Today I have 50 machines in the company. Tomorrow I want another 50 machines. So immediately how to get another 50 and how to set up them? What about power for them? What about network for them? So easily can you increase the resources? No. I purchased 500 computers to develop a project. That project got cancelled. I purchased 500 computers to develop a project. That project got cancelled. Then I purchased 500 computers to develop one project. All of a sudden that project got cancelled. Then what you will do, guys? What you will do, guys? Come on.
So, for making cost effective, we are using cloud infrastructure, right?
Correct. So lot of money investment you need to do, lot of time investment you need to do. We need to hire so many people to manage the things. Security issues will be available, manpower issues will be there. Okay, power issues, network issues, scalability issues, availability issues. 24/7, our machines should be available. 24/7, our machines should be available. So these all are the challenges available when you maintain our infrastructure on our own. So when you want to develop a project in the real time, when you want to execute a project in the real time, lot of infrastructure setup is required. So that infrastructure means machines, databases, storage, network, power, security, backup, monitoring. So many things are required, then only we can run our project successfully. So this infrastructure we can set up in two ways, guys. One is called on-prem infrastructure, another one is called cloud infrastructure. On-prem infrastructure means we need to purchase, we need to set up, we need to manage, we need to monitor everything on our own. So we have below challenges with the on-prem infrastructure. So what are the challenges available with the on-prem infrastructure? Can anyone tell me what are the challenges we have with the on-prem infrastructure, guys? Can anyone tell me what are the challenges we have with the on-prem infrastructure? Come on, please speak out.
Lot of money or
Lot of money we need to spend.
Money, time, power, security, power issues, network,
yes,
Yes,
scalability,
lot of money we need to invest. Lot of time we need to invest. Manpower issues will be there. Security issues will be there. Okay, power issues will be there. Network issues will be there. Scalability issues will be there. Availability issues will be there when you do these things on your own. Okay, so
yes,
to overcome the above problems, companies are using cloud computing. To overcome the above problems, companies are switching from on-prem infrastructure to cloud infrastructure. So cloud infrastructure means whatever the resources we need for our project, those resources will be managed by cloud provider. Okay, cloud computing, that means we can take the infrastructure for rent through internet, guys. Cloud infrastructure means we can take IT infrastructure for rent through internet. To overcome the above problems, companies are using cloud infrastructure. Okay, cloud computing. This cloud computing is going to work based on, cloud computing is working based on pay as you go model. So if you use, then you need to pay the rent for that. Monthly payments will be there in the cloud computing. What you need machines, take for rent. You need power, take for rent. You need network, take for rent. So you need storage, you need backup, you need monitoring, everything. Whatever the IT infrastructure you need to run the company, to manage your project, everything you can take for rent through internet. That is called cloud computing. So you no need to bother about power issues. You no need to bother about network issues. You no need to bother about power issues. You no need to bother about network issues. Everything will be given by cloud provider. Everything will be given by cloud provider. No need to bother about power issues. No need to bother about network issues. Everything will be given by cloud provider. So this cloud computing is working based on pay as you go model. So what is the meaning of pay as you go model, guys? So if you use, then you need to pay the money. This is working based on pay as you go model. So who is going to give this infrastructure for rent? I want database for my project. I want security for my project. I need computers for my project. I need storage for my project. So whatever the infrastructure that you need for your project, you can take for rent through internet. Okay, so the companies which are providing IT infrastructure for rent, those companies are called as cloud providers. So the companies which are providing IT infrastructure for rent, they are called as cloud providers. They are called as cloud providers. So we are having a company called Amazon. Okay, so AWS Cloud is available with them. We have a company called Microsoft. We have a company called Microsoft. We do have Azure Cloud. And we have a company called Google. We have GCP. So like this, there are several cloud providers available in the market. By using these cloud providers, we can set up IT infrastructure through internet. No need to bother about power issues. No need to bother about network issues. No need to bother about anything. So cloud provider will manage our infrastructure. Cloud provider is going to manage our infrastructure. We just need to use the infrastructure. You just need to use the infrastructure. Are you guys clear with my point now? Are you
Yes,
guys
sir.
clear with my point now?
Yes.
Come on.
Yes. For suppose if an app,
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, what's the question you have?
so my question is, if suddenly an app gets 10,000,
Yes, that scalability will be there, auto scaling will be there. If more number of requests are coming, then the servers will be increased. If less number of requests are coming, then the servers will be decreased. So cloud will handle that scenario. Cloud is going to handle that scenario.
based on our requirement, we can buy whatever, how many servers we need, right?
Yes, correct. So based on the requirement, you can increase the servers and you can decrease the servers also. Based on the requirement, you can increase the servers and you can decrease the servers also. Based on the requirement, you can increase your servers and you can decrease your servers also. Good. Okay, so I hope you got the clarity. What is the difference between on-prem infrastructure and cloud infrastructure? Guys, what is the difference between on-prem infrastructure and cloud infrastructure? What is the
Time.
difference between on-prem infrastructure and cloud infrastructure?
Time, power,
Yes, when you go for
power saving,
on-prem
security.
infrastructure, when we go for on-prem infrastructure, we need to manage everything on our own. When you go for on-prem infrastructure, we need to manage everything on our own. Getting my point?
We have to pay high upfront cost as well in on-prem infrastructures.
Yes. So on the on-prem infrastructure, lot of maintenance issues will be available. So we need to take care of the power. We need to take care of the network. We need to take care of the backup. Lot of things we need to handle on our own when you go for on-prem infrastructure. When you go for the cloud infrastructure, cloud provider will take care of all these things. When you go for cloud computing, cloud provider will take care of these things. Okay, good. So there are the famous cloud platforms available in the market: AWS, Azure, GCP, like that. There are several. The cloud providers are available in the market. So every developer should have the knowledge on this cloud computing. So as part of our course, we are going to learn AWS Cloud, which is a market leader. So as part of this course, we are going to understand AWS Cloud introduction. Okay, and we are going to learn AWS Cloud free account setup. Okay, and we are going to learn AWS Cloud Services overview. And we will see how to work with the EC2, so which is used to set up virtual machines. For my project, I need 50 machines. Instead of you are purchasing the 50 machines, you can take those 50 machines for rent by using a service called EC2. EC2 service is used to set up virtual machines in the AWS cloud. Then we are going to discuss about a service called RDS, which is used to set up relational databases. The next one, we are going to set up S3, that is used for unlimited storage. We are going to use a service called S3 service. S3 service is used for unlimited storage in the AWS cloud. Okay, and the next one, we are going to use one more service called Beanstack, that is used for web application deployment. Okay, so if you want to deploy your web application easily in the cloud platform, then you can use a service called Beanstack. You can directly upload the code, then AWS cloud will take care of the setup to run your application. So to set up the virtual machines in the cloud, we will use EC2 service. So to set up the databases in the cloud, we will use RDS service. So to set up storage for our application, I want to store my project audio files, my project video files, my project PDF files. If you want a file storage, then you can go for S3, that will provide unlimited storage. Your Netflix, Amazon Prime, Jio Hotstar, Sony Live, everything is working based on this S3 storage only in the AWS, unlimited storage. If you want a ready-made platform to deploy your application, then we can use Beanstack, that is used for web application deployment. If you want to deploy your application without thinking about the servers, then we will use AWS Lambdas for serverless computing. Okay, without thinking about the servers, if you want to deploy your application, then we will go for AWS Lambdas. Okay, then next one, we will go with the Route 53, which is used for a domain mapping. So there is a service available in the AWS cloud, which is called Route 53, that is used for a domain mapping. And one more service available in the AWS, IAM, so identity and access management. Okay, so which users can log in into our cloud platform, what services they can access in our cloud platform. So in the AWS, 200 plus services available. So which services our team members can access, that we can control. Role-based access we can do by using IAM service in the AWS cloud. So AWS cloud introduction, AWS cloud setup, account setup, cloud services overview, how to set up EC2 machines, how to work with RDS, how to work with S3, Beanstack, Lambdas, Route 53, IAM. All these things we are going to discuss. As part of our AWS cloud classes. Now, so do you understand why should we learn the cloud computing as a developer? Tomorrow they will give you a requirement. So develop a screen. So in that screen, we need to upload one file. That file should be stored into AWS S3 bucket. So in the real time, so they will give you a requirement like this. You need to develop one screen in our project. In this screen, we have the requirement, okay? Movie name, movie description, release year, okay? Then movie rating, something like this, and video. Like this, they have given one screen for the development. So this screen you are going to develop. Then this movie video file you need to upload. Okay. So movie video file you need to upload. That means you need to select a file here. Browse option. I will give you browse option. You need to select this browse option and select that movie file, and you need to upload that movie in our application. This is the screen development they have given. Now the requirement is, so video, nothing but it is MP3 file, binary file, we should not store in the database. So what they will tell, we have a requirement. You need to develop this screen to upload a movie in the OTT platform. So this is AWS S3 bucket, and this is AWS RDS database. So you need to upload the movie into S3 bucket, then movie remaining information you need to store into database. So if they assign this task for you, can you tell that I don't know cloud, I cannot develop this requirement? Can you tell that I don't know? Can you tell that I don't know cloud, I cannot develop this requirement?
No.
Guys, can you tell that I don't know cloud, I cannot develop this requirement? Come on, guys.
No.
No, we
So if
cannot.
they assign this task for you, can you tell that I don't know this cloud, I cannot develop this?
No, we cannot.
We cannot. So that's why in the real time, these kind of requirements will be available. So that's why every software developer should be having good amount of knowledge in the cloud computing in order to survive in the industry. Are you clear, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
So every developer should know what is cloud computing and how to use cloud services, cloud database, cloud storage, cloud machines, cloud network. Nowadays, 99% of the companies are using cloud infrastructure. So you should have strong knowledge in the cloud computing in order to survive. This is one of the real-time requirement. Develop a screen to upload a movie in the OTT platform. So the movie file, video file should be stored into S3 bucket. Movie data should be stored into RDS. So that's why every developer should have knowledge on the cloud. So by keeping all this information in the mind, we have designed this real-time project course with Linux and AWS also in our syllabus. So software project details, Linux OS, AWS Cloud, DevOps Tools, mini projects, major project, front-end React. So all these things we are going to discuss as part of our training. Okay, good. So with this, I'm stopping for today, guys, and we'll meet again on Monday. Tuesday also, you can join the class at the same time with the same Zoom link. Tuesday, I will give the enrollment process. If you are interested, you can join for this course. Okay, good. Thank you, guys.